there is penalty. So for each of these questions, he's asking you under these conditions indicate which statements are true. And of course, the manipulation here in this question, you have 5 alternatives. Maybe one of them is correct, maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe the 5, maybe none of them.
And if there is none, you just don't
So
mark it.
you will have, okay, remark that there is penalties in this exam if you did a bad choice or not a correct choice. The first question starts with giving you a matrix which is 4 by 4. A matrix which is 4 by 4. And he's asking you if A, C, E, G, I, J doesn't equal to 0, then A is invertible. So the question is really needs someone to think carefully about when the matrix is gonna be invertible.
حصل.
اتفضل افتي. When it's gonna be invertible. مش انت بتقولي حصل؟
مش انا والله.
If A, C,
Oh.
E, G, I, J does not equal 0.
ايش عرفك؟
ايه؟
It has that.
What's the proof؟
عشان هيبقى في
ايوه.
تجيب الإحساس ساعتها.
ما هو الاحساس ده بقى مشكلته انه في بينالتي.
اه ما انا عارف. بس انا بس
معايا؟ طيب السؤال ده برغم ان هو this question although it is about inversion and it is related to matrices which is in chapter 1, the answer of this question lies in chapter 3 in the determinants, because simply the matrix will be invertible if its determinant doesn't equal to what? To 0. So you need to know how to evaluate the determinant of this matrix, which is 4 by 4. So actually it's a question about a determinant 4 by 4, given by all of this. After we go through the more lectures in the properties of the determinant, you will find that it's really very simple to evaluate the value of the determinant of this determinant. Although from the first look, it's not nice. But if I choose, especially the third column, this column in specific, if you remark to this column contains plenty of zeros. Just only one number that exists in it, which is G. So actually the value of this determinant will be G times, eliminate the row and the column and get the algebraic complement of this 4 by 4. Which is gonna be a 3 by 3 determinant. And in similar manner, you will find yourself having the value of this determinant, which will depend if those are not equal to 0, you will be able to judge correctly if this is invertible or not. And so you will check if it is okay or not. He's asking you once more about the determinant, chapter 3. The determinant of A doesn't depend on J, so once more, he is leading you that you will have to expand or find the value of the determinant of this matrix. And also another question, the determinant of A doesn't depend on J. You are not going to be sure unless you open it, you evaluate it. And then you will see if one of the letters is J or one of the letters is not J. So this is also related to the expansion. If the determinant of A, once more, if the determinant of A is equal to negative A times E times G times J, so you will have to expand it once more.
يعني ايه expanded؟
You will have to get the value of this determinant.
ازاي
انت
وهي
لسه ما
ارقام؟
خدتوش.
But it does not.
زي وهي ارقام
زي ما حروف.
وهي حروف قصدي.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I was about to ask the same thing. Like, do I substitute the numbers in عندي ولا
مش
إيه؟
عايزينها
لا, you
ارقام.
don't have to substitute
يا
them.
ريتها ارقام.
You don't have to substitute them. If you look in specific to this determinant, the answer will be within the next lectures. But just in case, you can still evaluate this determinant.
Okay, but
Simply by choosing the third column. The third column, this element, the algebraic complement of this element, okay, it is in the third row and in the third column. So the sign is -1 to the power of 3 plus 3. Then eliminate the row and the column. And please give me the remaining values, the remaining symbols. If I just eliminated the third row and the third columns, the results will be, or the numbers will be 0, A, and 0. For the second row, it's gonna be EB
Zero.
and 0. And for the last one, it will be I, then D,
J and
I believe, and J. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Once more, I will need to evaluate. This is, guys, this is the value of this determinant. The determinant of A. This is the value of this determinant. The value of this determinant is that. Because this row, this complete column contains zeros and there is 3 zeros. So the only value that will exist is getting these values, of course, times J. So it is -1 to the power of 6. So it's going to be a +1. So it is G times. And let's evaluate this determinant once more. Also, once more, I will choose the row or the column with the huge or the highest number of zeros, which is going to be, I think, the third column once more. So I will write the variable, which is J. And then I will eliminate the row and column. Of course, the sign rule here is positive. So the remaining will be 0, A, E, and B. Am I right? Eliminating these two rows. انتوا معايا؟ Next step. الكلام ده هيساوي. Start evaluating this value. This is 0. So it's minus the secondary diagonal. So the value is G, J, A, E with a negative sign. That's the value of the determinant of A. Look at this value.
ايه الحروف دي مش فاهم؟
Numbers.
ايوه مش معنى اخترنا دول.
بكيف يعني ايش معنى؟ انا مش فاهم سؤالك صح.
ايه الارقام جت ازاي دي؟
موجودين
حبيبي ما هم دول الارقام دول
بالحروف يعني مش عارف.
الحروف
ماشي. الحروف دي اللي
احنا
موجوده.
بقى اخترنا دول.
مش اخترنا هو مش بكيفي. انا بدات I need to evaluate the value of this determinant. Evaluate it. Already you know how to evaluate the value of this determinant. It's gonna equal to 4 determinants 3 by 3. But I'm getting a little bit smarter here. I'm going to choose any row or any column. So I will choose the third column in specific because it contains plenty of zeros. Okay? So I'm not gonna evaluate the first complement, algebraic complement, or the second algebraic complement. I will evaluate the third algebraic complement, which is G times. Eliminate the row and column. That's the remaining. ماشي? I will repeat it once more. I need to evaluate the value of this determinant. So also I will go for the row or the column with the huge number of zeros. Just remember the sign rule. So I will go for the third column. Then the algebraic complement will be J, erase the row and column, and that's the only values that exist. Now I can evaluate the value of this determinant. I will multiply the elements of the principal diagonal minus the elements of the secondary diagonal. The elements of the principal diagonal is 0 minus A times E. So simply it's going to be negative. G times J times A times E. Now I can answer the questions. The first question, A, C, E, G, I, J doesn't equal to 0. It means this matrix is invertible. Because it's going to be invertible if the determinant of the matrix is not equal to 0. And as you can see, E is not equal to 0, A is not equal to 0, J and G. So this is a correct. So it's a correct answer. So you will have to choose it. So this is gonna be chosen. The second, the determinant of A doesn't depend on J.
لا depends.
It depends. يبقى you are not going to choose B.
حسب.
تخش على C. Determinant of A is equal to negative A, E, G, J. Negative A, E, G, and J. So this is going to be a correct answer. We will continue. F is equal to 4, J is equal to 3, B, C, D, E, F, G is equal to 1. Then determinant is equal to 12.
And substitute.
Take these values and start trying to substitute. Okay, if it's correct, okay, if not, not. The determinant of A depends
Yeah,
on
yeah.
I.
لا
You are not going to choose this one.
دكتور دي لازم تبقى true صح؟
طيب
سوري لازم تبقى not true.
لأنه هتلاقي
عشان
فرق
مفيش
معاك.
negatives. وفي
ألف.
negative فوق هنا.
يعني قصدك لو أنا جيت أعمل substitution
أيوة.
النمبرز اللي موجودة ده
مهما
هيديني أنا معاك بس أنا عايز بس إيه حتة صغيرة. كلامك الجي أدي ب4 الجي ب3 أدي 3 والA ب4 so it's a 12 وبوث the remaining are equal to 1 so it's gonna equal to negative 12. He's asking you, is the determinant equal to 12? That's
No.
another, no, it's not going to be a correct answer, of course, okay? But, I want you to think or to remark that the difference between the correct answer and the not correct answer is just negative sign. You understand what I'm saying? So, you need to be very careful in evaluating and reading everything. That's a complete question. It's really manageable, okay? Of course, if you did any of them wrong, there will be a penalty by negative 0.3, I believe, or something like this. Question number 2, question number 1, it contains a trifle. Question number 2, you will be an idiot if you lose it. Because question number 2, it's just one solution. You don't have to kill yourself in it. Chapter 2, question number 2 is asking you about the inverse of this matrix. So it's a direct question. Just take this matrix, put a unit matrix in front of it, or use the cofactor method, or whatever you want to do, just to choose which one of them is correct. And that's it. Period. If you want to question 3, once more, he will take you between the matrices and the values of the determinants. And this question targeting chapter 3 exactly with the row operation in determinants. And the row operation in determinants are different than the row operation in matrices. There is slight differences between them. So he's asking you, as you can see, if determinant is equal to determinant B, then A is equal to B. This is one of the propositions that we will go through next lecture, inshallah. Okay? If determinant A minus B is equal to 0, if this means determinant A is equal to determinant B, those once more are the propositions. So it's very, very important for you to read the propositions very well. Thank you very much, Ms. Fatin. I believe you can end our lecture. Thank you. And